Just gonna have a couple short ones for today, probably for this week till at least next weekend. But what I want to talk about in the first one is risk versus reward, and this goes to the Cup drivers, especially chase drivers running truck and nationwide races. I watched on DVR the nationwide race from Texas last night, and interesting race. There were no serious crashes in it, but let's think about something. Kyle Busch races almost any time he can. He's in the chase. He was in by NASCAR standards, a relatively minor wreck in the nationwide race. But is it worth it for Kyle Busch to run, or anybody else? Matt Kenseth was in the race. But frankly, what would have happened when Kyle Busch had that apparent tire problem and spun out? Had he been hit in the left side and knocked unconscious, concussion or something like that, or it could have happened to Matt Kenseth? Frankly, just my opinion, I don't think it's worth it. Now, I realize, yes, you can get hurt in a Sprint Cup car. Dale Earnhardt Jr. missed a couple of races in last year after a wreck at Talladega in the Cup race. And Denny Hamlin missed some races early this year after a back injury, both in Cup cars. I understand that, but that is their bread and butter. I can think back to, I believe it was the early to mid-'80s, even to the point of a crew member getting hurt while working on a Busch, or what we now know as Nationwide car, crew member and possibly a crew chief. Way back when crew chiefs used to go over the wall, believe it or not. But frankly, I don't think it's worth it. I realize they've done so much to make NASCAR and all racing in general safer with the seat technology, the Hans devices, and all great stuff. And you don't see a lot of injuries, but it can happen. Joe Gibbs was actually on the Nationwide race broadcast for a time and basically said he's okay with it. But if you notice, the Hendrick drivers in the chase and the Roush drivers do not seem to be running a lot of nationwide or truck races during the chase. I frankly agree with that strategy. My opinion, for what it's worth, agree, disagree, like, dislike, but just I think they ought to stay out of it, especially during the chase. Stay out of trucks and nationwide. Look at Kyle Busch. If he could have figured out a way, he probably would have jumped on an airplane, went to Nashville last night and run the All-American 400, which is it's not what it used to be. It used to be the best short track race anywhere, but that's just my opinion.